Oh, I don't know what to say, guys. I really don't know what to say. Alijah Vera-Tucker is out for the season, joining Breece Hall, who was also announced today, done for the year. So in the span of a few hours, the Jets lose their best two offensive players. First is Breece Hall, who was literally on pace for being offensive rookie of the year. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Let's go to Robert Sala, who obviously made the announcement today. Here he is announcing Breece Hall and Alijah Vera-Tucker via the New York Jets on Twitter.
I'm going to give you guys the injuries. It's already known Breece is out. It's torn ACL. AVT is gone. He has a tricep that's going to require surgery, so he's done for the year. Corey Davis is going to be. We're going to continue to evaluate Corey over the course of the.
What the hell do you do? What can you do? This is just, it's unbelievable, man. Every year with these goddamn injuries, it just never stops. It never stops with this team. That's why a few weeks ago, when the Miami Dolphins were crying the blues that they lost 40-17, I said, I don't care about your injuries, because this is the kind of stuff that happens to this team every single year. Every year. Their starting quarterback has missed time this year, 2021, 2020, 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, even Ryan Fitzpatrick gets hurt in a great, probably the best quarterback season that I've seen from a New York Jets starting quarterback. Ryan Fitzpatrick gets hurt in the Raiders game. They lose that game. What is there to say? Let's go right through. Matthew says, just kick me in the dick. Make that a double. The pain and suffering, the misery never ends. Frank the Tank. Double tap sledgehammer to the balls. Why? Says Brian. I'm asking myself the same thing. Alex says, can't have shit. I feel that. That's exactly how it feels right now. The Jets can't have nice things, apparently. That's what it feels like. Because literally your two best offensive players are done for the season. And by the way, Zach Wilson, who hasn't looked good the last 2 weeks, good luck evaluating him without your running back who's on pace for a 1,000-yard season and your star offensive lineman who is playing at an all-pro level at left tackle, right tackle, and right guard. Good luck with the evaluation process over the next 10 weeks. Our two best offensive players out for the year. Matt, I am heartbroken. I am too. I really don't know what to say. Amazing how we can't enjoy a 5-2 start like Jet fans should. Jets are 5-2. They're on a 4-game win streak. Best start to their season since what, 2010? Last time they made the playoffs, and you can't enjoy it. You can't. Sure, like, I'm not going to tell you that the season's over and that there's not worth watching the next 10 weeks. But let's not act like losing Breece Hall and AVT for the season doesn't justify the outrage and crazy response that we've seen online today. Brain says that this is worse than Breece being out. It feels that way. This might be worse. The Jets' offensive line injuries, by the way, have been absolutely insane. I think it was the Jet Press had a tweet laying it out. I'm going to see. Yep. Here we go. Jets offensive tackles on injured reserve this season: Mekhi Becton, George Fant, Dwayne Brown, who has returned, Max Mitchell, and Alijah Vera-Tucker. That's 5 guys. 5. The starting tackles were supposed to be George Fant and Mekhi Becton. They didn't play a game together. George Fant gets hurt. He's not back either, by the way. Dwayne Brown is back. He looked good, at least, and then had some penalties this past week. Max Mitchell, rookie, promising, right? Injured. AVT, second-year player who looked absolutely fantastic. Edwin Diaz, welcome to the show. Please re-sign with the Mets. The sky is falling. Busted Knuckles says, I am sick Alec is positive today. End of season 7-10 or 8-9. Zach Wilson isn't the guy. Eli D says, "Can I panic now?" Panic is going to start to come. It's time to show them what you're made of. What other choices do we have? There are no other choices right now. John WS, when is Fant Mitchell coming back? We don't have that answer yet, unfortunately. Pats next 3 weeks as well. Bad timing for these injuries. Brutal timing. At least there's a bye week mixed in there, but it's impossible. Matt, I always love your positivity, but it's a sad day. No other way to slice it. It is a sad day. It's unbelievably sad. Billy, take this stupid shit elsewhere, man. What an awful take. Obviously, if it's bad enough for surgery, it's a bad injury. How is it even possible to go through this many O linemen and still be good? All on Zach and the defense now. Yep. Good luck. Jacob Finnegan, I hate the football god. Same. Today's been a tough one. JK says, can't even blame the MetLife turf now. Haven't been there in weeks. Nope, they haven't been there in weeks. Matt says, honestly, with Brees out, we'll get a better evaluation of Zach Wilson. I disagree. I think it hurts having a running back who's that good out of the backfield out of the lineup. Chris says, who is going to be our starting line for next week now? I guess kind of what they ended this past week with. I would imagine Herbig will stay at right guard. Then you'll have McGovern at center. You'll have left tackle will be Brown. Left guard will be Lincoln Thompson, and right tackle will be oh my god, what's his face who came in and replaced AVT in the injury? Pat Dunn, what's up, man? Misery, he says, as with his super chat. It sucks. Today sucks. Very sad, but Herbig isn't bad. But to win, they will throw the ball, which will tell us if Zach Wilson's the guy. I guess we'll see. I agree that Herbig isn't bad, but now who's playing tackle? AVT hasn't played guard in weeks. Passing games is going to need to take a step up. Yeah, cut the next man up crap. A second and third string guys ain't going to give us AVT and Brees production. Yeah, I get the next man up mentality, and that's all fine and well, but you're allowed to be upset about this, about losing these guys. What would you do if you were JD? I think you need to bring in a veteran running back for a late round pick and offensive line. Don't know. Maybe that's something else that you look at the trade market, but might as well see what the Texans want for Tunsil. That's going to be asking a lot, I think. Jets were finally showing signs, and once again, the black cloud is over this franchise. Yeah, Joe S says it's not next man with AVT and Brees. Those two guys are too important. It's on to, Orlando. I think you're off by a few letters. It's playing like X at this point, man. Alec asks for Kareem Hunt, possibly. Yeah, supposedly they are looking to field offers. So I would say, yeah, if he's available, absolutely. How did the guy who took over for ABT play last week? I'll see if the numbers are up yet. Pull those up. It didn't stand out a ton, but let's see. Give me a sec. Let's see if I can pull it up for you guys. Cedric Ogboye. Cedric. I don't know if his stats are going to be available for today yet. Or not for today, but from this week, rather. Oh, yeah, they are up. Here we go. I'll share them with you. Wrong. It always shares the wrong tab. Hang on a second. Okay. He allowed one hurry, a pressure, 97.6 efficiency, played 43 snaps at right tackle. Hasn't played in a little while here. Obviously, he played the most amount of time in 16 and 17 with Cincinnati. A lot of time. Well, 17 was mostly left tackle. 2016 was right tackle. He has experience on both sides. Again, really not a ton of snaps. The last time that he saw a decent chunk of snaps was 2020 with Seattle, but it's frustrating, man. It's a tough day. He was a first rounder from Cincinnati in 2015, but obviously hasn't really looked up to the hype. Anthony says investigate the training staff. That's fair. Not a fan of Hunt's character. That's more than fair. I'm not going to argue with you there. Resigned Tevin Coleman. Where is Tevin Coleman right now? I couldn't even tell you. Don't remember. Is there any good or decent offensive lineman on the market? I think next year's draft, you'll have to go offensive lineman with all 7 picks. You're going to have to go offensive lineman probably early, but we'll have to look at some of those teams who are struggling right now for potential options for you to trade for. I've been saying just win as my saying. We are 4-0 since then. Fantastic. Today still sucks, Zach. This is going to be the excuse they use to keep Zach now. Watch. Do you want to move off of Zach after 17 games? Coleman is a 49er. Okay, that's right. Luke says, I am actually sick to my effing stomach. Our 2 most important players on offense. God hates the Jets. Stop. We are not the same old Jets. We will get it done. Just have to do it the hard way now. No more riding on Brees and AVT backs. So yeah, that's great. No more riding on your 2 best offensive players' backs. I appreciate the positivity, but it's not that simple. JK, thank you so much for the super chat. So many other teams in the NFL would have crumbled with the same injuries the Jets have had this year, yet we are 5-2, but overall still a sad day. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's tough. This team is all about the young guys, right? And 2 of your better young players you just lost for the season. It's frustrating, man. It's unbelievably frustrating. It's like 5-2 should be fantastic, but it doesn't feel fantastic. This is my least favorite victory Monday. JSP says this week is going to be rough. Pat's game is a huge test for this team. It is a huge test. I I've seen a few of these. Bam Knight look good in the preseason. I prefer Bam Knight over Ty Johnson, but I just don't know how much you can rely on him without seeing anything from him in the regular season. It's just extremely risky to say, all right, you're going to be RB2 now behind Michael Carter. Yeah, Drew says saddest Victory Monday we've had in a long time, unfortunately. It doesn't feel like a Victory Monday today. VR Hidalgo the second. Becton, Fant, Brown, Mitchell, now ABT. We lost the whole offensive line. We're not even at the halfway mark. These comments are coming in quick, so I'm trying to keep up and go through as many as we can. John says time for Zach to rise to the occasion. Hope so. Okay, Matt, take the day to grieve. However, we are still have a great D and some studs on offense. Zach and O-line is the question mark for us. Those are two extremely huge questions. Yeah, I'm with Anthony here. It doesn't seem like Fan is very close. He says Fan isn't even close. Sala said he's progressing, but his tone tells you the guy isn't playing anytime soon. Sounds like last year with Becton. Is this a nightmare? If it's not, I would love to see what is because it feels like one. Potentially, I would prefer probably a veteran rental, but maybe Cam Akers is on the table. He didn't say it, but if you picked up on the tone, that's kind of how I took it too. Pooch guy, my greatest fear is both these bleed into next year. God, I hope not. They need both those guys. Those are two incredibly important. They're cornerstone pieces. They are two cornerstone pieces. And you lost them for the year. It's unreal. No excuses for Zach Wilson. No, never. No, not with this offensive line, running back room, and wide receiver injuries. No. Have you seen Zach splits pressure versus no pressure? They are drastic. Still seeing rookie mistakes all game, second year, not good. Yeah, it's very, very different. They are drastically different. He needs to be a lot better under when he is under pressure. So you're not going to get an argument out of there from me. Indiana Jets says AVT can be 100% next year. Hall may take 2 years to be 100%. Hope that's not the case, but knee injuries to running backs are always scary. Yoshi kind of goes the opposite direction, says it's an ACL in 2022. Brees will be fine. Pure Adrenaline Sports says this completely sucks, takes the joy out of the 4-game win streak. Right now, it kind of does. JSP says, hate to say it, but we need more back. Yeah, absolutely. He needs to play Sunday. Get him back in the building today, figure out what the hell's going on this week, and get him on the field. No excuses. Offense will have to find a way. We still have a ton of talent. CW has to step up. Did he? Sala said he's playing Sunday. Hope so. Apparently, they are going to see over the next couple days. This is horrible. I agree. Okay, thank you guys. I see in the comments a lot of people are saying Sal said Moore's at practice and won't play on Sunday. Good. They need that. Pats will blitz all game like they did to Darnold, 100%. They're going to blitz heavy, and it's up to LaFleur to do a better job than what Adam Gase and Dowell Loggins drew up against that. So, hit the like button if you're sad. I would like to like it for myself. Or yeah, with these guys out, what do we finish the season at record-wise? I don't think people realize how huge AVT and Brees loss is. 2 Pro Bowlers lost. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be extremely challenging. Obviously, they looked like they were going to maybe get to that 9 or 10 win mark. We'll see. That's gonna be tough. God, I hope not. Rex Burkhead, I would say, please no. In order to beat New England, I think we need to beat them at their own game, especially with who will be fielding, stay creative and unpredictable. Bam Knight and Mims time. Ouch. Ouch. Andre Dillard and Kareem Hunt should be added. We can still make the playoffs. We'll see if they'll be that aggressive. I think they'll bring in somebody, but I'd be a little bit surprised if they are that aggressive. You all are nuts. We're going to be fine. Yeah, no, it's completely okay. AVT going down, Brees Hall going down. We're fine. Everything's fine. Willem says defense has to play out of its mind. Correct. Craig wants Dernis Johnson or Johnson, excuse me. James wants to see James Robinson. I need a beer and it's only 3 p.m. Nice. Nah, I don't think so. I've seen a few Melvin Gordons. I don't think I'd touch him. He's not the player he once was. I think there are better options out there. More sports ass Alexander Madison. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're in a spot to be sellers. I think you got to look at teams who are, look like they're going to be sellers. Where's Fant? 2 tackles should be back soon, right? Mitchell? It didn't sound like that. Fant is still progressing. We'll see. He's not going to be back this week. It's going to be a little bit. This stinks. The New York Jets just tweeted out. Let's pull it up here. They showed some love for Alijah Vera-Tucker. One talented dude who gave his all for us this year. Just a minor setback for a guy like AVT. Main Jets, man. Matt, keep the faith. We can still win. And yes, they can. Sure, they can, but it's an incredibly challenging day. It's an incredibly tough day today. Defense is going to have to carry more. They've been doing their part for as much, as long as they could. I don't know what else they could possibly do. Hey, Jets Chaos. I hope you're okay, man. He says, meanwhile, campus is in a lockdown, not a drill. Best of luck. Shoot me a message later on if you need to talk or anything like that. Good luck. Spin Max says LaFleur will come up with new schemes without Brees. We still have the talent to win. Yeah, I mean, this is a huge test for a young play caller, right? I know. Wow, just wow. Shaking my head. It's unbelievable. Yeah, Dakota Miller. I'm kind of with you. Hunter Robinson for a 5th. That sounds about right. I've almost lost hope in the offense. We need someone to step up because Zach surely isn't. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, after what? How many games did he play this year? 4? Yeah. I'm out on him too. At some point, we have to investigate our injuries. Is our training staff overworking our guys? Wear and tear of a full season is brutal. Rest is important. What do you want to do, Vinny? You want to move off him in 2023? Brian says Elijah better pull his head out of his ass sooner rather than later. They need him this week. I hope he's focused and ready to go. Jets 830 says Bam Knight and MC we trust. Indiana says an ACL and torn tricep isn't a training issue. Where are we at? Sorry, these are flying in. I'm trying to, they're flying past me. So I try to, okay, good. Glad to hear. I see Jets Chaos in the comments. Glad you're doing all right. Record prediction before and after the injuries. I mean, that's hard. It's hard to say. 10-7 before the injuries really wasn't that crazy. I find it hard to believe if they reach that mark now with these two injuries. We have to see how they adjust, if they bring anybody in and what these guys look like. It's still too early to tell. You all are overreacting. Damn knee-jerk New Yorkers and New Jersers. Okay. Oh, God. The NFL is a war of attrition. No one is going to feel bad for us. Next man up. We are 5-2. We would have signed up for that before the season started. True, but you're allowed to be upset on a day like today. Football gods are against us. That's what Joe Toga says. What else we got? Main jet, Joe Douglas needs to come in the clutch. Nope. Zach Wilson's not a franchise quarterback. I think they should bring back Sam Darnold, actually. I think that'd be wise. The world isn't ending, but our run is about to. Daniel Jones was god awful for 3 years and looks good in year 4. We need to give Zach time to develop. I think he'll get a third year. We're going to have to get the passing game going now. Let's let Zach really take the passing game to the next level, have the talent at wide receiver. Yeah, that wasn't sarcastic in the slightest. Flip the Blake Cashman pick for James Robinson. There you go. I've seen Boycott Activision put this in the chat 55 times, so I'll put it up. If Jets want to know pain, Jets must understand pain. Oreo says trade a 5th for Leonard Fournette, maybe a 3rd for Tunsil. I don't think you're getting Tunsil for a 3rd. Any other quarterbacks with Zach stats after 4 games we'd be salivating to play against. That doesn't mean we're out on him, but he's got to show a lot more, plain and simple. Give a shout out to Zerlin. He was stone cold in that win. He was great. That's a win. Someone needs to take out Namath. Oh, God. If it comes down to Cam Akers or Kareem Hunt, that's not horrible options paired with Carter, but Zach's play might be even more concerning. We'll see what happens with the offensive line, I suppose. Defense still very good. Hard to imagine losing Brees and AVT. And Elijah winning any of the next 3. We'll see how they do. Yeah, what's Tom Tupa up to? I like this one, Ryan King. Let's bring back Tom Tupa at quarterback. Brooks Bollinger, how's he doing lately? What else we got? As someone who just got deep into football this year after being around for the 2010 Jets, I am heartbroken. It stinks. It definitely stinks. Denver defense is best in league, have given up second less points all season. They've allowed an opponent to go over 20 points just once this year. Yes, Mark Brunell. How can we forget Mark Brunell? Drop a like, almost 500 likes help the channel grow. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. TJ Decker says, this sucks, Matt. I am dead inside. It feels that way. It really sucks. I have not talked to Ryan and Greenbean about this yet. I'm sure they are bummed out. We will be doing our show, Talking Jets on Jets Talk 24/7 tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. I've seen this one a few times. Use Elijah in the backfield. You could. They did that a little bit at Ole Miss. Get Favre out of retirement. No, is he busy spending Mississippi's welfare money? Zach might have the tools, but Sanchez made clutch throws when we had to have it. Yep. I did not see any clutch throws from Zach Wilson against the Pittsburgh Steelers a few weeks ago. That's a good call. Still unsure about Fant. They don't know yet. Which good O linemen are there? Let's see. Let's see if we can find any trading block info. That's good. Maybe Matt's favorite fat boy Becton could come back early. Oh, Christ. Yeah, sorry for trying to not give up a guy after a year. He got hurt again. Sucks. All right, let's do trade block big board entering week 7. Are there going to be any offensive linemen in here? Schofield from the Bears. There you go. There's an option. Mims makes the list. Hey, Denzel. Defensive line, corner, safety. Robert Quinn. No. Darnus Johnson. And Christian McCaffrey was traded already. That article didn't really help us, unfortunately. All black uniform this Sunday, symbolizing the end of our season. That's good. Oh yeah, this stinks. So sad that Brick is being honored with AVT not playing. Yeah, that's annoying. Eric Fisher off the scrap heap. You could. Remmers is still hanging. No. Oh God. No. Elijah the Bears for Tevin Jenkins. If you want to say Mims for Tevin Jenkins, but that's not good. A lot worse than I did 24 hours ago. With no Alijah Vera-Tucker, no Breece Hall in this game is going to be very, very tough. No, I haven't seen anything on Max Mitchell yet, so I would say no. Is Zach Wilson struggling? Bring in Strevler. Flacco and White are statues. Well, he's on the practice squad, so that's not going to happen today. What are the keys to winning against the Patriots? What positions do we beat them against? Wide receiver, definitely. Potentially tight end. Offensive lines, not now at this point. Yeah, that defensive line against this offensive line is going to be really tough. So that's going to be the key. If they're able to protect Zach, then I think they have a shot. But if he's under fire, it could be a long day. Guys, I bought my tickets versus the Pats after we beat Green Bay, and my excitement level was off the charts. Now here I am contemplating selling the tickets. 5-5 the rest of the way is still possible to break the playoff drought, even with today's news. Yeah, I mean, think about it. You got yourself this huge lead where if at 5-2, so if you stumble a little bit, it's gonna be tough. It won't be as tough, I guess I should say. Sorry, I said that wrong. Brian says, I'm a huge Bears fan tonight. Kick the shit out of the Patriots, please. I would be surprised if they do that. I think it's gonna be a long night for the Bears. God gives the Jets the toughest battles. It feels that way right now. Yeah, Lions, Bears, and Jacks should be wins. Those 3 games I still think should be wins. And who knows? Maybe you find your way to 1 or 2 more outside of that. And if you find your way to 2 more, that's really good shape. That's 10 wins, right? Where, it probably would need to be a playoff team. The Bears might not score tonight. I'm with you. I think there's a good chance they get shut out. Defense is still good, and we are facing Mac Jones coming off an injury or Zappy, who's a rookie. Yeah, I think it's going to be Mac Jones. There's a chance that he could go tonight, even. One thing that could boost the running game is more wide receiver usage running, such as Barrios, perhaps more as well, in similar fashion as Debo gets used. I mean, we definitely saw a lot of, not a lot, but more of that this past week with Braxton Barrios. My phone's blowing up with text messages right now. People are sad. Yeah, Jetsbet says I think they said Max starting tonight. Yeah, he last I saw a couple hours ago, he was questionable, and they're going to see if he's good to go. It looked like a game time decision. Let's see. Do you think Brick will play for us Sunday? Yeah, I wish. I wish. We're winning, and it should be easier to bring people on board, hopefully. Bill Belichick, embarrassing bad quarterback. And guess how Zach is playing right now? Maybe if the games were later in the season, but not with how he's playing and needing him to carry the load. Lee Epstein, thank you for the super chat. Every team has injuries to top talent. Need to stay positive. Got us to 5-2 and no reason not to make the playoffs. Can't get toxic now. It stinks. According to Football Outsiders, Jets have the toughest remaining schedule by DVOA. Saw that. Very tough. Yes, this had nothing to do with the game plan in either of those games, right? Nothing to do with Denver being the toughest pass team to pass against. Nothing to do with being up late against the Dolphins or being up late against the Green Bay Packers. You should throw and stop the clock. Mark Ingram, Saints traded him once before. Nah, I think he's pretty much cooked. Jeremy says Zach may have a great game next week. We knew Denver was going to be ugly. Keep the faith. We can still get to 10 wins, and the future is bright. How do you feel about the safeties? LaMarcus Joyner's been inconsistent. Whitehead's been okay. At the beginning of the season, we had the Jets winning 7 games. We have a lot of winnable games. Other than Buffalo, there aren't many teams you can't beat on our schedule. It's just tough with these guys down, man. Tristan wants Cam Akers. That's been a popular one here today. I would say my top choices are in no particular order. Jeff Wilson, Williams from Detroit. I would say Robinson and Kareem Hunt. Unlikely. I don't think they lose out. They're still playing the Bears. They're still playing the Lions. They're still playing the Jaguars. All 3 of those teams at home too, mind you. So they should all be wins. We made fun of Denver for testing Sauce, but get mad at the Jets for not going after the Broncos' elite corners. No logic there. Yeah, not for me. Yeah, you couldn't really pay me to go to this game. I'm not going. I don't think I'll be at another. I went to the opening game. I usually like to go to one game a year. I'll be covering it from home. It's not about them being better than Michael Carter. It's about them being better than Ty Johnson or Bam Knight. Indiana says 9 to 11 wins is still obtainable. Hope so. Matt, you're forgetting what won us most of our games these weeks, the defense. Yes, it is the defense. The running game also was a big factor in those 2. I mean, this is a guy that traded it back. This is a guy who traded for Joe Flacco last year. So that would be something. Sucks that this has put such a damper on a good start. That's true. Elijah Moore breakout. I think he'll be more involved. He's starting on Sunday, or he'll be playing on Sunday, so I think he'll be much more involved. I'd like to get him involved in the run game as well on sweeps. A Sunday win will make us feel a whole lot better about the remaining Jet season. Yeah, I mean, my mood is going to change as the week goes on, and it'll shift to the focus on the New England Patriots, but it's hard not to be upset right now. Mason Villa says, I'm sick to my stomach. Agree. Forget about running back for a second. The line is destroyed. Get someone proven in there, then more vet backups, in my opinion. Got to stop running so much play action. I know it's a big part of the offense, but when the defense brings pressure, Zach turns around and has guys in his face. Yeah, that happened seemingly every time they did it yesterday. It was play action and then a free rusher right at him. That's not a recipe for success. Screen past the shit out of hoodie defense. That's crazy. I mean, in a good way. They should, but that's probably the best way for success, I would say. We got time for a few more in here. I'm going to stop in a few minutes, but this has just been, it's been a day. It's been a day. Alijah Vera-Tucker, Breece Hall, done for the year. Your first round pick from the 2021 class and pick, what was he, 35 this year? Something like that. It stinks. It really stinks. Yeah, next 3 weeks, you get Pats, Bills, bye, Pats. Good luck. So let's see. Is it possible to donate an ACL and tricep? They could have mine. They could take any body part off of me in order to get them to play. Well, I think that's it. I think that's going to be it for me. That's after another about 40 minutes of the Jet Report. We hopped on a few minutes later and did a 47-minute live stream. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Thank you for the super chats. Hopefully tomorrow's a better day in Jetland. That's it. I'm Matt O'Leary. Talk to you next time.